Hi, beautiful ladies. As promised, I'm going live about our bottoms. So, just like with levels with our camis, we have different levels of our bottoms. So, the first, of course, would be our lingerie items. And this is one of the brand new ones. This is the Posh. And it has these beautiful rose gold details in them. And just look how beautiful that is. Now, these being level 1, and they're just built to be beautiful and frilly and sexy. But I do love that Ruby Ribbon does a lot of the like kind of retro shaping. So that really accentuates, like, you don't have to be 20 and in the prime of condition to be beautiful and sexy in these. I feel like a lot of times they do like the 20s and 30s and 40s styles that will be much more beautiful and shaped better for different curves instead of we have to be super thin, which how many of us are really like that? We are all about body positivity and inclusiveness for all women, all shapes, sizes, and shades. So this has the pretty seam detail that comes in the front, very much like our siren does, and which is level 4. And so it's cool to see that. And then it's also in our bathing suits. So that's definitely a trend that's going through Ruby Ribbon right now. One of the other things I want to point out is when you try on the bottoms, they are all going to have these tags attached, and they still have to be attached if you return or exchange them. It's part of health code, just like when you go into a store, and that normally you would have, like if you're trying on bathing suits, same thing with our bathing suits, you're going to have that strip that's on the inside on the cotton. So just keep that in mind to be careful with that, because they are sometimes in very precarious positions is what I feel like. So it's easier for those to come loose or become detached. But that's the whole point, is so that you are treating them very gently until you decide to keep them. So this is the Posh in our lingerie. And just look at that pattern, y'all. Just gorgeous. And it does have that sheer effect, like how you can see just a little bit of the skin through there. Okay, so then second, I'm going to show y'all the second skin. This is again one of our newer, it's the same style, it's the brief style, but it is in one of the new colors. So festive fuchsia, and with all of our second skin bottoms, we have the silicone gripper edge that goes across your bottom, across your buttocks. So it's 100% surgical grade silicone. There is no latex whatsoever in any of our products. So if you have that allergy, you don't have to worry about it. And just like, I don't know how you would do it any other way with these, but just like with the camis, this has to be flat against your skin. It can't be on top of anything else. So when this is flat against your skin, it creates a seal with your body heat, and that's what keeps it in place. So no more wedgies, ladies. You don't have to worry about that. Also with second skin, there are no panty lines. Isn't that fabulous? So if you're a legging queen like me, you don't have to worry about, and I think about like my daughter that I bought Ruby Ribbon for in the first place, Amanda, she's on the band, and so I always see the dance team and the color guard and all, and they have all these sheer outfits, and that even if they wear a thong, you can still see the outline of the thong. And I felt like it was a conflict of interest, so I didn't like offer this year to the lady that's in charge of the color guard, but I'm definitely going to approach her next year that this is something that the moms could get for their daughters and be able to maintain their modesty. So yeah, but anyway, so really, really beautiful, gorgeous color. Of course, we had the second skin cami too. I slept in mine last night, and I probably will again tonight, but just really, really gorgeous color. All right, so then the next one I was going to show y'all is the Athena briefs. And I feel like in the catalog, it's not a good picture. To me, it looks so unattractive. And I don't know that without it being on a model, I don't know that there's any way, like just as a flat picture of just the briefs, if there's any way to make that look wonderful. But y'all, everybody needs these. Okay, Athena is made from the second skin material. And if you've watched any of the talks with me about second skin, yeah, I call it creamy and dreamy, that it is so smooth and cool, and it's what I recommend to any of my breast cancer warriors or anything like that, that they have skin sensitivities. That's why I sleep in it. But this is level, I say like level 3.5. It's actually level 4, but because of the texture of the fabric, I feel like it's more like a level 3. So I say it's like a 3.5. But the second skin briefs, or the Athena briefs, sorry, the Athena briefs, they have the silicone gripper edge at the top and across your bottom. And so it's going to stay on your, it's either the silicone gripper edge will hold on to your camis, but it'll also stay in place and not roll or move on your belly, regardless of what type of curves you have. And I can attest to that because I got all the curves. But yeah, but it has the bonded panel on the front, so it holds that tummy in. And then on the back, it doesn't have the bonded panel, so you just have that second skin material. But it is very, this is still just like the second skin, where you're not going to have the panty lines, and y'all, it's just the best of all worlds. I'm just dying for Athena to come out in all the essential colors. Like, to have these in black, I would have 7 pair. I would wear these every single day, all the time. That's how comfortable they are. And because of having that gripper edge, when you have all the curves, it makes things roll over. It makes things flip. It makes things, this keeps all of that from happening. And so yeah, I would be wearing these every day, all day. But off-white just doesn't always do it for me. And you know, as women, we have issues where black and darker colors are better. So yeah. All right. These are one of the things that saved my daughter. This is our lace boy shorts. This was in our very first purchase from Ruby Ribbon. And after my camis, this is my second favorite thing that Ruby Ribbon makes. Okay, just like with, I didn't show this with all these, all of them stretch. So these are new, so all of them have the tags. But 360 degrees of stretch. They wick away heat and sweat. So do the Athenas. So does the second skin. Of course, lingerie, not so much. But these are amazing. They stop the chub rub if you don't have the thigh gap, and how many of us, especially in our 40s or 30s and all, like there's a lot of y'all that do, but there's a lot of us that don't, and living in the South with the heat and the humidity, yeah, chub rub is a thing. Well, Amanda, my daughter, when we initially bought, one of the things that we had literally been looking for years was something to help her in her thighs, because she had such deep stretch marks that by the end of the first day of band camp, they would be rubbed raw and openly bleeding, and she would have 3 more weeks of band camp. And she's always been in leadership, so all eyes are on her anyway. And if you're showing blood down in that area, what do they think is happening, right? So humiliating and awful, and so it was terrible. And we had tried everything under the sun, and we had tried to create things, and it didn't matter what creams or lotions or shorts, or it didn't matter what we tried. Nothing worked, and it usually actually made it worse. So when we ordered our first camis, I threw one of these in too at the recommendation of my stylist, now my sponsor at the time, and all we were thinking about was it stopping the friction of her thighs and the chub rub stopping, so that that pain would stop and those sores would stop. We didn't think about the heat and sweat wicking. That just kind of like flew over my head, and just all the wonderfulness that goes with that. So just like with the Athena briefs, there's the silicone gripper edge at the top, but then it has this pretty lace at the bottom. And so if you're wearing shorts, if you're wearing some cute little dress, that you just have that little peekaboo, you know, down at the bottom, that if anybody catches a glimpse, it's still frilly and girly and pretty. But that silicone gripper edge is on the bottom of this lace. Now, our lace, I have sensory issues, so does Amanda, so that's another whole thing that makes an issue for us with a lot of things. But this lace is soft, it's stretchy, but with this silicone, even if it was scratchy lace, we would not be able to feel it. But it is very soft, it is very pliable. So we don't feel it regardless, but with this silicone, there's even that extra added layer. So again, flat against your skin, makes that seal with your body heat and stays in place. If she can go out there for 10 to 12 hours a day in 300 degree, say 300 degree heat, and then you put humidity on top of that, and then for her you put a 60-pound shiny sousaphone on top of that that attracts the heat and sun, yeah, then these are your ticket. Every woman needs a pair of these. So then the last thing of our bottoms that I was going to show y'all, and if I have, I'm not going to have time left, I'll have to do a separate one. But this is our high-waisted thigh sculptors. These are brand new, not this season, but the one before they came out. And y'all, this feels like second skin, but it does the job of a level 4. They are gorgeous. And they, again, have that kind of retro style to them. But y'all, they're sheer in the back, so they're sexy too. And they come up to just, so if you see the pictures, a lot of times it's that the ladies, they may have on a cami, but it makes, if they have on a pale demi or cami, or a black demi or cami, and then it's the same color of these, it makes it look like all one suit, and it's not. It's that they have on 2 different pieces. The colors just match exactly. So these are so comfortable. And the first time I wore them, like, I would forget that I had them on, but because it didn't feel like I really had them on, I didn't think they were really slimming. So I measured myself without them on, and then I put them on and saw that they were genuinely taken in a couple of inches. Y'all, never, 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 never buy Spanx again. Get you these. You will love them. And again, they have all the same attributes. They are super stretchy. They will accommodate for your size. They wick away heat and sweat, and they're sexy, and they're beautiful. And like my grand says, when you feel pretty underneath, it's going to show on the outside. And who doesn't need that in their life? All of us do. You are worth it. Treat yourself. And if it's out of your budget, holler at me, and let's see what we can do to make it more affordable for you. Thank y'all so much. This has been another video from your underwire trauma therapist, and I'll be talking to you soon. Bye-bye.